Welcome to iLLANOiZE Radio. If I was Biko, I'd be like, I'm your host, Biko. I'm sitting here with Pretty Rider, Illinois Jones, which both those niggas is absent today, so y'all just gonna hear my voice talk that talk. And we got, wait. They be like, Biko be like, fuck, what he be saying?
We have a special
He be
guest?
like, no, yeah, he be like, we got a special guest. He be like, we bring you the illest guest. Damn, I done had a lot of jazz. I done had a lot of jazz. He was like, we bring you the illest guest from around the city and globe.
You better.
And today we bring you Jaas, and then we all got to clap.
Oh yeah, the clap.
The clap. See, the clap.
They had a whole thing.
That's I'm like, we got to clap. I'm like, hold on, I can't do you like that. I know my brother's not here, so I'm not used to bringing it in, but I can't forget the clap. I really did all that just so we could clap for you.
Clap for Jaas, y'all.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now
you
we
guys.
can go back to regular schedule program.
Okay. Wait, y'all gonna put that I poured a shot in here?
Would y'all like to take a?
Oh.
I mean, we gonna do that on air.
Here
I
go
mean,
my
we
shot.
can-
I'm drinking water.
Okay.
Like I say, y'all
Well,
dangerous.
ladies, I got a little bit more than the shot, but I'm gonna take a shot worth with y'all.
Okay. I ain't know we've started yet, or if that was just a practice.
No, this is a real thing.
Oh, okay.
Look, we
Okay,
can take
well-
the shot on air though. That's who did that.
Okay, well,
Yes.
now we taking a shot, y'all.
Dang.
Salute.
Cheers,
A
guys.
shot of juice.
Shot of juice.
I don't know who watching.
Jack juice.
So, Jaas, how you feeling?
I feel amazing. Even though this intro wasn't the typical and traditional intro, it's always different when Jaas around. So
Yes.
I take it.
Yes.
I'm happy to be back with y'all though.
Yes, I was
It's
just
been
about to
a
say
whole-
it's been a
A
year.
year maybe.
I was about to
Yeah.
say it's been a year. Like the last time you was in the station, we had just got this station. We had just taken over the station. We had a whole different backdrop.
Yeah, the
We didn't even
banner
have
was
all
red.
of this shit on the window.
No,
So, like,
and literally
it was just the Ron
only,
Lewis.
Yeah, literally that was the only thing on the wall was the
Yeah,
Ron
it
Lewis.
was just the Ron
So now
Lewis shoes.
everybody's showing love and like bringing through stuff. That is so awesome.
Yes,
love
we're
it.
gonna need some Jaas merch along the way. Come
Yes.
join our merch wall of fame whenever you start
Oh,
dropping.
for sure.
So I just want to say, okay, I ain't gonna hop right into it just yet, but I want to know. So since the last time we talked to you, how has Jaas been? Like, I know you've been working. I know you just gave us a project, but how have you been? Fuck all the music shit. How are you? How are you, darling?
No, I'm phenomenal. Okay,
Yes,
I literally.
yes. You
I know
looking.
last time. Oh, you too.
Yes.
sis.
You looking.
Let me just say this is awesome that I have these two girls right here with me on the show because I usually the bug sitting right here. And but no, I've definitely been really great surrounding myself with like my sisters and like my
Yes.
friends and my family and just like just throughout this whole process I got a team now who is just like a huge support system as well. I know you said not talk about the music, but that's literally my whole life.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, for the past like 6 months at least, like
Yeah.
I've been locked in like crazy. So yeah, just keeping that good energy around, and I feel great.
Do you feel like
That's
a real
good.
music artist? And I hate to like say it like that, but like I feel like Jaas is giving like when you drop the video. I'm not gonna talk about the project just yet,
Okay.
but when you dropped the behind the scenes for the Y video, it was like it's talking about 24 hours, and I'm like, that's dedication. Because who the fuck, y'all was not getting me up at 3 a.m. for no video shoot. So like,
Well,
do you feel like you're stepping into that real artist lifestyle now?
No, for sure. Like I gotta always still go back to the team part because like it always feel like you in it by yourself when you don't have anybody around you like really supporting and making sure like they filtering things and making sure you being your true authentic self and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the dedication for the video that came with trying to stay within the budget because I am an independent artist, and we had to maneuver and I ain't gonna say too much, but like sneak and get footage and different things. But it was the best day ever. I didn't even eat
So
that
you
day.
can't say I'm not gonna say too much and then say we sneak and got footage. I'm
24
sorry,
hours,
but
though?
right, because I'm like
Wow.
a 24-hour thing. So
Yeah.
So what actually went into the video for Why? Because like as somebody that's been following your music for a long time, I love the visuals you get, whether it was on shit, whether it was for
She's about,
no, for real, because on shit, that's my
you
song.
a day one, shorty.
Look,
Yeah.
on shit, that was on my shower playlist. I'm in the shower in my
2019.
in the crib that I'm paying for. Like I'm in my own shit. What you mean?
Come on. Yeah,
So
that was
like
a
for
vibe. I'm
every
not gonna lie, that was a
visual,
vibe.
No, for real. But for every visual you had, I feel like you've given us more than just Jaas in front of the camera singing a song. Like, you give us a real visual. So how do you, like, what is the process like for you and your team when you're coming up for video concepts? Because in this day and age, it matters so much what your visual looks like.
Yeah. No, for sure, and the quality and all of those things. But for me, I guess I could just say I've always been into, creative directing and stuff like that, too. And just, like, I watch a lot of movies and stuff like that. So I think it's something I'm just naturally into in general. Like, but for why, I guess it literally just came about because I wanted to feel alone. And I'm like, where could I possibly be in the world where I'm just totally secluded and just like, where would I go and just be a loner? And I was like, in the middle of like the ocean. Like, that's how it started. No, seriously, like just dumb shit, in the middle of nowhere. And so it kind of developed, and like when I shared my idea with Moon, which is the videographer, he just like literally understood and took it and just fucking ran. And like, yeah, I mean, I was actually amazed that it came out how it did, because we spent little to nothing. Like, it doesn't take a lot to make something great, you just have to really be creative. And actually, Laka Films, that's my good homie or whatever, he taught me that. Like, a lot of times when he started off his career, he just, was creative with it, a lot of those running gun videos. But, yeah, it came together nicely. Yeah, we just got a canoe from, like, this place in Chicago, and we drove to the Skokie Lagoons.
Oh, so you did all of that in Illinois?
Yeah, okay. It was in Illinois. I know it looked like we was in the.
I was about to say, I would have definitely thought you went to like a Minnesota
you really
or some
did,
shit.
Sis. You look like you should be
No.
foreign somewhere on the islands.
I'm so glad I could pull that off though, but for sure it was just I think the main part of the video though was the rope scene for me.
And that's what I was finna say, because the arm was up, one leg up. Look, like one arm on that. No, I'm just playing, but like that was okay. So I'm such a deep person sometimes, and I'm like, what is the significance of this rope scene? Is there any significance to the rope scene? Because I be breaking down visuals like that. Like, I'm such a symbolic person. Like, I get the water, I get how you can say, like, now hearing you break that down, it's like I wanted to be alone in a secluded area. That makes sense. So like, was there any actual symbolism or super depth into the rope scene? Because that was so cool to me just to see that. Even the pictures from it, I think that was a really dope scene for the video.
Y'all gonna think I'm a crackhead by the way I came up with it, but it's literally was just about not really being stuck. Any situation you find yourself in when it comes to relationships or whatever, you can break free of it, so that's why one of my arm was tied versus two. And if you see, like, the beginning starts with me tied up, and then it goes into me being on the lake, which is just my break for freedom. Just like at the end, I kind of released the rope, saying like, all right, I'm done with this shit. But it was really simple. I was in my bathroom at home when I came up with it, literally just dancing, thinking I could dance, because I think I'm like a hip belly roll queen or something. And I was like, just dancing to it, and I'm like, oh, that would actually be cool, so I don't know, it all comes about when you just really hone into yourself and just follow, your intuition and shit like that. Like, stuff start to work out.
So I have a question, because, we've known each other for some years.
Yes.
Doing music, and because we're, we have mutual friends. We have a mutual best friend.
And because you have a beautiful soul.
And because you have a beautiful soul. And that's what I want to get to. Like, throughout the years, I have seen you grow as an artist, and it's been such a beautiful experience to watch you elevate. Girl, like, it is so awesome. But I want to know, like, what keeps you grounded? Because you are literally one of the sweetest people I know. Like, I don't even think I've ever heard you raise your voice, like, ever. Like, you are always.
No, that's facts, though.
You are always, like,
hey, I'm so happy you guys know this angel side of me.
Absolutely.
And are speaking so greatly of me.
No, for real. Like, what is keeping you grounded even during the elevation of how everything is going for your career?
Yeah, for sure. Just knowing, like, that everything is regular. Like, everything is regular. You're going to get what you deserve. Just like, just elevation or whatever you call it. Like, I always kind of came into this with the music for the love of music. Like, I'm not a big social media person at all. Like, I really hate social media. That's like people probably wouldn't even think, but I mean, I'm sure like during my little hiatus, like the people that were supporting and following was just like, damn, where Jaas at? But it's like I literally was living my life, doing well, and
Look, the hotline.
Look, she is on the air. Hello. If you call in, just listen. Tune in to iLLANOiZE.co.
And a FaceTime at that. But no, long story short, I'm very much in this for like a purpose. And I think that, all this everything, like I was just on the cover for Tidal. I didn't even know that Tidal Rising R&B or something.
What?
Right.
Congratulations.
I was like, what? But like it's cool. It's cool to see how everything happening, but I know the bigger purpose of why I'm
Okay,
doing
can
it.
I ask a question that may be too out there? How does it feel? Okay, how do you maintain being humble knowing that you raw as hell? Because truthfully, like, it doesn't, like, no, I'm not gonna lie, like, I know we haven't really gotten into Unavailable just yet, but like listening to that shit, I've listened to it so many times and I'm like, this shit is amazing. Like, it's really good.
Thank
Like,
you.
and I watched the last interview we did before this, and like, I know in the last interview you kind of said like, I make sad girl music, and I'm like, no, you make relatable music.
Yes.
And like listening to Unavailable a year later, it's like, no, I'm not sad listening to this. Jaas is relating. I can relate to the shit that she's saying. So
Yes.
like,
Hold
Absolutely.
on, pause. I'm gonna answer your question, but I'm the only mother. I ain't wearing these damn headphones. I can hear exactly what y'all saying. So let me hold on.
Look, she said, let me get it together.
No, because I'm like, okay, sis ain't even got these.
yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Okay, but okay. To answer your question, for real, the
'Cause
humbleness and stuff. I don't.
Cause you raw as hell. Like, I want you to
anything.
know that. Like,
Yeah,
I really want you to know that on an artistic level. And I talked about this in the last interview. I'm like, you can give us so many different flavors and different songs. I want to give you your flowers. Like, for Chicago, you're a really great, amazing R&B artist. Like,
Yes.
your vocal range, the songwriting, like, you really, for you to start off just giving us features and giving us singles, you did what you needed to do with your debut EP. And I love that, because I think so many people kind of beat around the bush when they start off as a feature artist, or they're just giving a single. We get that first project and it's kind of like, But I listen to this and I'm like, I've had it on repeat, not gonna lie, because I'm like, damn.
Period. I love hearing that. I love hearing
it
the
plays so
repeat.
smooth. Like, I remember the first time
go.
I listened to it through, because it's like 15 minutes or
Let's
20
go.
minutes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
is this it? Oh, no, run that back. And even every time, like, I really just have to say, as a fan of the music, like, you snapped with that. And like,
Yeah.
I think as a creative, sometimes we know what our capabilities are, but you don't want to get big headed. So that's why I asked you the question of how do you remain humble knowing that you are a raw ass, talented ass artist? Because I think we're not transparent about how that needs to be a thing. Because people be raw as hell, heads be big as hell, and it keeps them back. So like, how do you find that balance?
I mean, like, I feel like I don't know. So this is what I think. It might sound cliche. It's like anything that God gives, He could take away.
Absolutely.
Facts. No, absolutely.
So
that.
I think that you have to be responsible when you coming into your blessings and coming into your influence and stuff like that, and just kind of staying connected to your authenticity. I know what it took me to get here.
Yeah.
So who am I to, judge anybody that's going through, So like, I just want to help, and that's my biggest like hope for this project, is to really help other women who go through different things. And honestly, I have a lot of male fans too, which is crazy, or like supporters, whatever. I don't like the word fans, but like that like literally fuck with my music and play it or whatever, and I love that. But it's like, this for my sisters.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, this for my girls for real. Because it's like,
Okay. You
a lot
talking
of
some
times
shit.
y'all be having us messed up.
Yep. Talk about
And
it.
it's not
That
but I
part.
do want to say this too. It's not like to bash men at all. Like, none of the songs have like fuck that nigga in it. It's always about just kind of getting back to us.
Right.
When we get lost in the sauce or lost in love, whatever, it's like, this is that step right before the bad bitch. Like, I'm about to, I'm about to get it all the way back together.
Yes.
And you gonna feel it that way.
Period.
No.
Okay.
Make sure to check out the Ill List playlist, in which we provide you with the latest tracks we play live on our show. Head over to Spotify and search iLLANOiZE Radio to follow our playlist, as well as follow our podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
I know before the break, we talked a lot about the fact that you have a team now. So you kind of brought up Classic Studios. So what is your relation to Classic Studios? Like, I think I know, like, did they actually sign you as an artist, or what's, like, break that down for us.
I'm talking about get us a juice. So my team is immaculate right now. I love every one of them. Like, it's Classic Studios, in partnership with LSD Studios, Vibes, and of course Vince, which is my brother, who been there since, you know, the start. Yes, there's talks about signing and stuff like that. We got some stuff.
That sounds like
I really don't.
Classic Studio.
Yeah, like I feel like we all just got some up our sleeves, and you know, yeah.
I love it.
It's up. I don't know. I really can't, cause you know, I don't want to say too much, but like, yeah, it's a very solid structure, and they don't force me to do anything I don't want to do. They're very supportive of me, even since day one. They knew all my personal life and was just very supportive of me putting out a project about it. You know, like, you know, it's very organic. It's very like just full of love, and I like that. I like having people around me I could trust.
Yeah, so that's important. In this
How
business.
important is that though for artists to be able to be free through that music and not have any restraints on them?
It's important. I think you should be able to be guided though. You know, like I didn't have a lot of guidance. You know, that as to why, like, you know, this was more successful than maybe the other things that I did. Of course, it's like a full body of work, and I took my time. But like, I always been talented and knew how to sing.
Yes, you have.
You know, like that's not the key though. You know what I'm saying? You have to really know like your message and your why. And I think when I got with them, they kind of pulled that out of me. So
I was just going to say, like, what you just said was very relevant, because for me, I think with Unavailable, one of the most important, like, one of the things that resonated with me the most, I guess I could say, was actually the songwriting. Like, I'm somebody, like, as a poet, I really listen to the song. Like, I'm listening to the lyrics, and it's just, like, I love how transparent you were, you know? And, like, as somebody that kind of, I ain't going to say I do music, but I'm a poet, so I express how I feel through shit, you know what I'm saying? So, like, do you find it hard to be transparent knowing that the whole world, even the person that you may be talking about, is going to hear this? Like, what's the battle with that? Like, how does that work?
They gonna hear this.
They gonna hear this.
I definitely
heard this.
They have heard this.
Definitely, yeah, nah. Oop. I definitely will say though, like, it was a little weird, like, coming out and saying, you know, things like, oh, I could have fucked your friend, or, you know, let me take advantage of you. Like, you know, it's like, it is vulnerable, and it is like make you feel like, damn, people gonna judge me. But more than that, it's relatable. I feel like people gonna be like, damn, I felt that too. And that's really all I wanted from this, and that's what I've been getting. And I'm just real happy about that. Like, I wanted to feel felt. Like, people look at us artists as like, you know, oh, you know, they're so great, they're so this and that. But really, we had to put our pain and struggle on the line to even, you know what I'm saying, get you to feel it. You know what I'm saying? So there was definitely a little journey, but I'm happy I got it out. You know what I'm saying? It's a little more to get out, but that's for the next project.
Yeah.
Is it scary though? Because I feel like what you're doing is like therapy, and like people hesitate to go to therapy.
Ooh.
So like
music,
but
is
no,
that.
but it's therapy in its own way. But like, you know, people hesitate to go to therapy. So was it scary for you using music, you know, to get your shit off, but it also being therapeutic? Like, was that scary?
It was hard. The hardest part was like getting up and like actually pushing myself to finish. You know, cause like you know, you get discouraged, you get distracted, you be just like very much in your own little bubble. But when you look outside of you and your own little bubble and your own little problems, it's like there's a whole fucking world out there full of the same, if not worse, problems than yours. What are you gonna do? You gonna sit here and you just gonna soak in it, or you gonna do something about it, you know? So I decided to make something beautiful out of it. And I'm glad I did and pushed myself, you know what I'm saying? You can only do what you allow yourself to do. And yeah, we hitting that shit.
Yes, it's
I
such an
love that
authentic
answer.
body of work, though, Jazz. Like,
Thank
seriously.
you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I want to know, like, tell me about your writing technique and, like, a little bit about what went into the process of that with Unavailable.
Writing techniques. I'll always lead with melody. I love beats. That's why the tape hitting for real. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Rose Art. Shout out to Vision. Shout out to my boy All Day. Shout out to my boy Slim Wave from LVRN. That's who has Summer Walker in Black.
Yes.
He put that record together. But like yeah, I just feel like it's 50% beat and 50%, you know, how you flowing on it. So I always start with like a melody, and then I put like what words come to it. I don't know. It's really not impressive how I be coming up with it, but I am proud to say that I, you know, everything was coming from me. It's all my words. This next project, though, I would love to collab with like some writers because there's amazing writers out there.
So, okay. One thing I like that you just said was that I want to collab with writers, because I think in the music industry, you know, depending on what you're doing, because I mean, I think in rap that's kind of frowned upon, is working with writers, but it's more acceptable when you're doing R&B. But I always think about it as like, two great minds is better than one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, if I bring two great people together and you could tell me how to make my great shit even greater, that's perfect. You know what I'm saying? So, like, how did you gain comfortability with even wanting to work with other writers? You know, especially considering that you be talking about your own personal experience. Like, I feel like you're kind of giving people a way to tell your story in a way. So, like, how do you gain comfortability within it?
Which is like being comfortable with other people coming in. Like, I don't know. I was very weird about that at first. Like, especially doing like writing camps. I got the opportunity to do a writing camp.
Go ahead. I'm gonna bring it up.
No,
Was
fine.
it a writing camp with like Issa from Insecure? Like, how?
It was that, and then before that, like the last year, the end of last year, I did LVRN. That was the first camp, and to me, the most influential, and I kind of talked them into. I'll introduce myself to everybody in the building.
I'm not trying to cut you off, but what is a writing camp?
So that was just leading into your point. So
Okay,
what made me want to work with other amazing writers, and not be like, oh, this is my music. You know, it's like every song that y'all see on them billboards got like 5 names. And you know why? Because I mean, obviously when you put your heads together, it's just certain things, and even if it's just a word change, you'll be surprised what, you know, you change it to that, or she to he, or, you know, you to them, whatever. It's like so many different things that you can do to enhance your songwriting, and I've learned that through collaboration and just different efforts. But I was very inspired when I ran into them other writers at them camps, and they literally are housed at those labels, and just kind of like that's all they do for a living, is kind of like put together amazing tracks and stuff like that. So just being in the same room with all the energy, if y'all can imagine 10 people in a room, producers, writers, you know, vocal arrangers, like putting together something.
Is that intimidating?
It's like Six Flags for artists, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my God, like everything's just so amazing. Like, it's like, you know, all these ideas are juiced and stuff. Everything ain't gonna make it, you know. You gotta be able to fight for your line and fight for what you think the idea is and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm just ready to definitely get some Billboard hits, and I know
you will
helping,
on your way, sis.
getting some help, you know, along the way will definitely work.
Well, I can tell you right now, I would love to write for you, because
okay, girl.
I feel like we can make a hit.
No, for real. LSD is where I
Radio.
record. So you know, whoever sees this interview, you know, if you're a writer, DM me, and I will see it most likely, and let me know if you really, most likely if you're gonna DM me, you really interested in your craft. But LSD is always, you know, there for me, and like we do writing sessions and stuff like that. Vibes always has writing sessions for huge artists. 24K, I think they just.
What is it like? I don't want to do too much, but what is it like working with Vibes? Because I think as a woman, to even come into a field that's male dominated and actually link up with another woman that has her own studio, that's doing production, like what type of gas has that given you as a female? I hate using that word sometimes, but as a female artist, like working with such a she's a powerhouse. Like, shout out the Vibes, because I fuck with you. I don't really know you like that. I've been in your studio a couple times, but like but for real, I never got to like really meet her and exchange words. But like, just from on the outside looking in, I think everything she does is dope. Like, she's a powerhouse. So like, do you find any inspiration with working with people like Vibes? And
for sure, women in general, like she's definitely a young mogul. Shout out to Vibes. That's my dear friend, on top of sister, on top of on the management side now. But she's definitely very like I don't know. She's just assertive as fuck, and she just does it so gracefully and just like with a smile. And I love when Nikki said, was it Nikki? She was just like, when you're assertive and when you're when
you assertive, when you a woman, they consider you a bitch.
Yeah, but she does. It never.
It
comes
don't
off
be
that way
bitchy.
with
Yeah,
her.
I've never even gotten that vibe with her. Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie. Navigating. So your main point, navigating the industry as a woman is definitely always like something like everybody always trying to see if they can get a little close or whatever. Like, but I don't know. I think it's possible to always maintain great relationships without getting into all that mess. Yeah. Because we control the narrative. We're the magic. We're the sauce. So like, let them earn that. Yes. Keep staying your ground, and I think you're gonna be straight.
Let me ask you this: starting from where you started from, like this project to me, it sounds like you did a full cleanse. You know what I'm saying? So if you had the opportunity, like, to speak to young Jaas or give your young self any advice, like, what would that be?
Oh my God. It would be to love yourself, girl. Stop playing. Like, don't don't fold to other people's expectations of you. And I think I did a lot of that in my relationships before. Also, don't be so naive, because a lot of times, I'm better now. I'm a lot stronger now. You can miss me with the bullshit now. But I was very much friendly in a lot of situations, especially coming to Chicago. I'm not originally from here. So, just honing into, like, my true, authentic self and knowing that everybody don't have your best interests all the time. It's going to be okay. It's not personal. It's them, and just putting that all into relation to, finding myself and really, like, being okay with being by myself, too, like, not being dependent on anyone. And, I don't know, just trusting in myself. So, yeah, that's what I tell myself. And I think that's kind of what got me to my little glow moment that I'm in now. Yes. Just very much happy with me. And I'm not, I'm just, like, moving at a different pace. So...
Amen to that.
I love that.
I should have dropped the bombs on that. Now, what's next from the project? Like, can we expect another visual from it?
Hell yeah. I'm mad because y'all, I've been asking around, like, what's the favorite song, and, like,
and that was so crazy because I was going to ask you what your favorite song is off the project. Like, if today was my first time ever seeing iLLANOiZE radio, and I'm just now seeing Jaas, and I'm like, damn, I really like her. What is the song that you would want people to listen to from you, from off Unavailable, that you like? This is gonna be the reason you'll become a fan of Jaas.
Right. Oh, I don't know. I got my favorite. Yes, my favorite. Damn, I don't know.
No, I'm asking you, what's your favorite?
Ugly.
Probably Scars. I know it's like a minute long, but probably that, and that's the last song that we threw on there. But everybody else's favorite seems to be Ugly. Yeah. I ain't gonna tell y'all what the next video gonna be.
To be honest, Toll on Me got my heart in the headlock.
Yeah.
Just shoot them all. There you go.
Yeah.
Just give us a little mini movie. Okay. Just give us a little mini movie.
Y'all heard that? Where's the budget? We need the funds. They want videos to everything.
Yes.
Hey, we definitely secured in a lot of ways, and I think we gonna be able to do a lot of big things. I think this gonna open the door for me to be able to do a lot of things. So we gonna see. But my favorite is definitely Scars. But yeah, fan favorite has been Ugly so far, which is interesting. I guess a lot of people could have fucked his friend. Cause I ain't know. I mean, cause it's just like it
resonates.
Yeah, it's like the little do you know,
right?
You know, and a lot of guys, they move so like this. You know what I'm saying? It's like you lucky. Like I be seeing through the character a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And I never judged my lover or ex-lover for who he was around, because I know I associate with a lot of different motherfuckers. Like, you know, I'm damn near Jesus walking with a few off ones sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But I love my people, and I don't judge. And my friend doing something, I turn my eye, you know, whatever. But yeah, he had a lot of people who was just they ain't care. Yeah. You know, and I think that's popular. Like, niggas don't care. They gonna try it. They gonna try it with you, and it's really up to the female. Like, if you slimy like that, like, they damn near go for it. But I don't know, I just always had a lot of respect for myself, as a lot of women do. And we just refrain from doing a lot of slimy stuff. Absolutely. That could go on, you know.
We might do whole shit, but it won't be slimy.
It don't be slimy.
In that order.
Shout out to the women that tell you, like, bro, that's not your homie. Shout out to those type of women. Yeah, because I've definitely had a couple women say that ain't my homie.
Yeah, because that nigga be in my DMs. He be, oh, this my bro. And then nigga be, your bro be right in my DMs. Like, that ain't even right. You was wrong.
And fellas, if y'all dating a creative like these three women right here, don't do them wrong, because you might end up in a song. Like,
or you might end up
you
broke.
Will be.
You might just be mad that I'm running up a fucking bag talking about you.
Period.
Hey, but nah, that I do want to say this too. Like, the project was never like it definitely is like a what you say, like a cleanse. You know, like, it wasn't like fuck you, I hate you, die. It was more just like,
I'm tired of this.
Bye, nigga.
Yeah,
I got to go, and I got to go right now. And good luck. You know, right. And I'm finna, you know, this what I'm on now. And yeah, like, it's definitely like I see a lot of happiness in my horizons. You know, once you'll be surprised how fast the universe works once you really let something go. That's the hardest thing to do.
Child, when you ask Jesus to let it go.
Girl,
he be like, oh, okay, you want to let this go?
Too.
And it be that day. You be, damn, not that fast. But okay. I just asked you to open my heart to letting him go. Not just
don't waste no time.
Drop him off my life.
The iLLANOiZE app is available now on Apple and Google Play Store. Download the app, get the latest news, stream our podcasts, watch interviews, and listen to iLLANOiZE Radio live. Download the app right now.
So now that we could kind of get into the EP, what made you, okay, because again, I can't help but reference, but the first interview we did with us, which is about a year ago. It's literally coming up about a year at the time. Yeah. So, like, one thing I noticed, like we talked about a little earlier, you was like, oh, I'm going to make sad girl music. And I'm like, no, girl, this is just relatable, because I refuse to be a sad girl.
Period.
I refuse. But, like, now that you've actually dropped your project, like, what's something that you say you've learned about jazz through writing music, releasing music, like separating yourself from being an artist? Like, what have you learned the most about yourself during this time?
I'm just a fighter. I'm a fighter for real. Like, I'm a true fighter and survivor. It might sound all weird and crazy, but I swear that's really what I pride myself in. Like, it's not nothing that I face or that can come to me and break me. Like, nothing. Like, and I think that just come through experience. And yeah, like, I don't got no enemies inside myself, so can't nothing hurt me outside.
What does that mean? What you mean you don't got no enemies inside yourself? Like, you don't have, like, you not aware of enemies that you have, or you don't hate yourself?
I'm not battling nothing. Like, I accept everything about myself. Like, I know my flaws, I know my strengths. Like, I'm just all around, just like, I feel like a little, you know.
What are some of your flaws, and how does that affect you as a music artist? Because I know one of my flaws is, like, I overthink.
Yeah. Well, I do know this. I am like somewhat of a perfectionist. So I think I talked about that too the last time. And then plus we was in the pandemic, and Lord, every artist thought their whole world was over with because, you know, I mean, everything stopped. But yeah, I just stopped like trying to get that perfect result, and knowing that, like, you know, ain't nothing gonna ever be perfect. You just gotta
Do you believe you strive for excellence now? Because I one thing that you said in that last interview too that I noticed was like you did speak on perfectionism, and like me, I'm a Virgo, so I mean if you know Virgos, you know Beyonce, Michael Jackson, we are perfectionists. But like one thing I feel like the pandemic taught me was like strive for excellence and not perfection, because excellence is attainable, but perfectionism is low-key impossible. So do you feel like, even though you are a perfectionist and you put out great bodies of work, do you feel like at some point you kind of had to like let that idea of perfectionism go to just be a creative?
Yes, absolutely. And also just like opening up and letting people into my world as well, because like I know the bigger and like the more known I get, people gonna want to know more about me. And like I told y'all, I'm anti-internet. Like I am not, like I'm really a lit bitch on the low, like but nobody knows my life. Like I don't want to post what I eat every day. Like I don't want to
posts her cat, y'all. And I only know that because I got a cat.
Yes.
Shout out to Lily. Look.
Shout out to Lily. Yes, we're cat moms. But I mean, you know how it is though. Like with this whole like artistry, stardom stuff, it's like even labels are asking artists to do TikToks and stuff now, just like to keep active or whatever. But I never seen myself doing a lot of, not to say TikTok is gimmicky, but just like a lot of stuff surrounding the music. Type. Yeah, like I want to just really focus on the music. Like I could be cute and post selfies and all day and make it about because I look cute, but it's really about the music for me. It's about the message for me.
Do you feel like within making it about the music, do you feel like that's also like like something you run into, like, because I think like the industry now, especially like you bringing up TikTok, like people can go viral from TikTok. Like one song will go viral, so it kind of takes away slightly from the artists that are just in this to make music. So do you feel like that kind of causes friction within your career, that you are just very passionate in a world of people that may be chasing clout or just a certain type of audience?
I mean, I ain't gonna say that. I would just say it was just more so to your point of like, I feel like it could be considered a flaw a little bit, because I am signed up to be an entertainer. Like, let's be real. That's what this is. It's entertainment. It's not just like people press play on your stuff. They have to actually be interested in you. So that's what I'm kind of like honing in and knowing, like, okay, this is a part of my job to let people know like the real me. You know what I'm saying? Which is super fun and bubbly and just like I'm so silly, you know what I'm saying? But just finding different ways to like highlight that and do it tastefully and stuff.
Is there a balance? Like even hearing you say that, like the first thing that kind of comes to my mind is like, I feel like you could be that without, like, and not to say you do this, but like in my mind, like it's like you can be entertaining without bringing people in. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel like, like, I don't know, I feel like as an artist, like from talking to different people, I feel like sometimes there's a pull, and it's like, I want to just be myself. I want to just be this person that loves music. And then it's like, I actually have to deal with the industry. Like, I have to deal with, like you said, like people want to see content. They want to get to know me. Like, do you ever feel like maybe you're being pulled in two different directions? Because like you say, you're not really a social media person, which I get because it's a lot. Like, even now that I'm older, I was like, oh, I fucked with social media back then. But like now I'm like, fuck y'all. I don't care what y'all know about me.
It's
like,
all, to me, it just screams vanity and it screams ego. To me, like, when I'm just constantly trying to take selfies or constantly trying to, just to me, that's just what I've, like, it doesn't mean anything to me. But I know that if I'm putting out work and I'm putting out these messages, people need to know, who is this girl that's, what is she like? Maybe somebody can relate to me, on a personal level outside of music that might still hone them in. Because like I said, I'm always big on the end goal and purpose, So like, yeah, I mean, it's not something that's hard for me to do. Like, that's the crazy part, too. I told you I'm into, like, media and stuff like that and creative direction. So, like, putting together little content and stuff is not hard. It's just not it's not on the forefront of what's important to me.
So what you just said, you said the word purpose. And I love that word. So what is Jaaz's purpose? What is your purpose in this industry?
That's something to see.
All right, I can't be mad at that. I love that answer.
For sure. It's definitely something to see because I might not even know all the way what I.
Do you feel like at this point in your life, do you feel like you're walking in your purpose?
Hell yeah.
Do you feel like you've ever defied your purpose?
Hell yes.
What kind of made you turn that around, like to realize? Because I think I've kind of been there too. Like I feel like, I feel like I should be doing this, but I want to try this instead. So I know you. I feel like what is it like defying your purpose? Like, was it something that you tried to do something different and you just was like, nah, this ain't gonna work. Let me do what I'm used to.
I mean, that's part of and not to get back into my personal business, but that's part of why this project is about. Is because I'm like, and finished is because I was like, let me all the way dig into what I know I'm supposed to be doing and finishing. A lot of people start things. A lot of people have ideas. A lot of people have these, desires in their hearts. But the finish, there's no finish, And I noticed that was like a pattern for me with a lot of different things. And I'm like, no, I'm going to finish this. I'm going to bear my heart and soul into it. Nothing's going to get in my way. I didn't go out. Like I said, I was a real hermit. Them voicemails on the intro track, where the music? Where you at, girl? We going out. I was nowhere to be found. But I had to do that and literally just get away from the world for a while. It's okay. You're not missing nothing.
No,
the world right there. And I don't even race against time for real, What Ross say? If it take us a year to make, I just want to get it right. And yeah, that's what drove me though to kind of like let go of all distractions. Nothing was more important than me and like, what I saw for myself. Like it's easy to get, it's so easy though, cause like flesh, it be pulling you. We got desires, we got temptations. It's just stuff like outside was open, like, just different things, but it's that discipline and that real want. You gotta want better for yourself. Nobody can want that shit for you,
Speaking on outside being open, July 7th, we was back outside at the Promontory. What was it like hitting that stage for the first time in a long time?
Oh, man, that was an amazing show. Shout out to Biko for that. He hit me and was like, you want to do a show, sis? And I'm like, dang, I ain't put out no music. I'm about to drop a new project in a couple months. Do I want to do a show?
Perfect time.
And I was like, you know what? Yes, I missed the stage and just missed like an interaction so much. And a lot of people definitely popped out, and it was fun. It was great. It was lit.
They was definitely singing word for word.
They was all the old little cuts.
What does that feel? What does that feel like? Like being somebody that, because I mean, being somebody that just started music, like, what does it feel like to be in the audience and see people singing your shit word for word? Like, whether it's your old shit, your new shit, the shit you love, the shit you like. Oh, y'all really like this? What does it feel like to actually see people sing the words? Because, girl, that mean they listen to it.
It makes me want to go harder. That's all it do. I swear, like, all this stuff that been happening, like, I'm sure people probably like, she feeling herself. Yep, but number two, it's more so making me want to go harder. You deserve to feel yourself and be proud of yourself, but at the end of the day, it's like, okay, we can't stop here. Like anytime I see anything that's like just crazy, amazing or whatever, it's like, damn, but Jaas, what's next, So definitely anytime like, something amazes me, I'm like, it just pushed me to want to just drive.
Do you feel like a lot of the what's next pressure comes from within yourself or from your fans?
No, it's me, yeah, for sure. I'm never rushed by anybody but myself. That's why I took all this time to drop, because I know
it's been a year. It's been a year since we sat down with you, and you was literally talking about, I'm working on an EP a year ago. So
I know.
I love seeing people take their time with shit, though, because at least it lets me know you care.
No, absolutely. This is my whole life. I'm not what? I wake up y'all don't know how much time goes into the studio. It's like, artists, it's a full-time job, and it's like, I'm not doing this for fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this to really, and a lot of people do it for fun. I think it's a lot of, come on now, it's a lot of people that just do it because they love it, and they just, but I'm trying to get results, and I think that, we gonna do what we gotta do, man.
I think one thing that I love that you did too was that, like, Unavailable was just you. We didn't get no features, unless I'm mistaken, but it was no features on there, right?
No features.
Yeah, no features. And I think for me, I love that from you because you had given us so many singles, and I was aware of you from so many features. So like, yeah, like you had done like prior to you dropping a full length project, you had introduced us to Jaas through features, through singles. So like, was that something you were very intentional about? Like, I want to make sure that my first debut project is something that's uniquely me, because I think I've also seen artists in this industry that they may drop stuff, but it's not completely them. You know, it's like they may drop a project, but it may have a couple
juiced
features
up with a whole bunch.
It's like it's features on it, but you gave us something that was so solid and so just jazz.
Well, like I said, this next project gonna have writers features. I ain't opposed to it, but I definitely thought that, you know, I'm still just little old me. I want to show the world who I am first before I, you know, try to bring around all the fluff and, like, you know, the cosigns or whatever have you. Like, I wanted it to be really just me. So yeah, it was definitely intentional. But I mean, if I could have afforded a Janae Aiko feature, you know,
who are some big artists you want features from?
I mean, I think I more so want to collab with like the producers, like What For Real, and like, I don't know. Missy Elliott's still like a very favorite.
Yep, you talked about that last
Yeah,
time.
I ain't gonna lie, Blue right now, Blue Vandross.
Yeah, he cold.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. So hopefully that happens sometime down the line. But I don't know. I mean, I'm always supporting other artists, even just in the city. I know today they had the Chicago Theater Show with all the R&B girls, and I think that's gonna be amazing. Like, I love supporting other artists in general, but like sometimes your art don't match everybody else's art, and I think it be forced sometimes. You know, like you know, you gotta just kind of step into your world and know what that is, like, for real, before you try to just collab. Like, that's why a lot of people hit me, you know, recently for features and stuff like that. I don't mind, but is this really? Do you really think that I match your music, or do you just think that I'm good? And, you know, like, let's really think about this.
I love that discernment, though. I love that.
Yeah, the same with me. You know, like, shout out to Lil Zay Osama. That's my boy. We did a song and we dropped it in the top of the year. But one thing I learned is, you know, everything ain't gonna be what you think it is, just because, like, there's all different types of genres and vibes. And, you know, people who want to hear his music might not want to hear my music, you know. We probably could have pushed it more. I know I didn't even really push it the way I could have. I know it was still a great song, but, you know, I have to say, like, getting back to my roots and, like, my real, like, genuine me is what made me, like, really win and shine, you know, for real. Because, like, you know, I ain't no trapper. You know what I'm saying? I'm a lover, so this is my little area right here, and I'm happy.
Okay.
You know?
Yes, I'm happy with it too. I've loved to see your growth. So, like, now that we've gotten an EP from Jaas, we've gotten some singles, we've gotten some features, what should we expect next? Do we get an album? I mean, like,
I don't know, girl. I don't know. I don't know.
What's next for Miss Jaas?
I don't know. I'm really just trying to ride the wave of this project and just see where it takes me. You know, see, you know, what kind of shows I can do, and, like, you know, what opportunities. It's literally opening a lot more doors than I thought very soon. So I want to get and see what this is. Oh, see what this do, and then, you know, 2022, you know, we gonna see, like, you know what I'm saying? Yes. But yeah, this was amazing though. You know, y'all with me every step of the way. I will be back.
Yes.
All right, now before we get out of here, tell them how they could screen the project, how they could stay in tune with Jaas.
Yes, my name is Jaas with 2 A's. Jaas S. Oh, first of all,
that's that Jack.
Let me go back. That's that Jack. JAASXX. Jaas XX everywhere on all platforms. Unavailable is everywhere on all platforms, y'all. Please go check that out. It's 15 minutes. Go play that. You know what I'm saying?
The best 15 minutes you'll spend. I guarantee. Play it in the shower as a woman.
Play it in the crib or the car, because that bass knocking for sure.
Thanks.
But yeah.